Hi everyone, welcome. It's another sunny day. It's gonna hit probably 39 to 40, 41 degree by late afternoon. So it's very hot. I came up here on the property today. It's a Saturday, which is unusual because I generally work on a Saturday. But I decided because it's close to the new year, I am gonna give it a miss. And for many New Years in the past, like I'm talking about the lunar calendar New Year, I generally work or I don't have time to celebrate New Year with my family. So this year I'm just gonna give it a break, come up here and clean around the shrine. Yeah, that's what we aim to do today. We clean it up, and then we're gonna make sure that we do the offering that we traditionally Vietnamese people, maybe not Catholic Vietnamese, but most Buddhist or spiritual Vietnamese people, because spirituality is very vast, very diverse in Vietnam compared to the Western spirituality. Anyway, they do a lot of cleaning up and reorganizing the house. They go and visit their family members, and they do a lot of offering to the ancestors and to the spirit of the land and to all the deity, all the gods in the higher heavens. So I belong to one of those category of people, the spiritual farts that doesn't do anything. I'm just joking. Anyway, I'm here today. I thought I might give you guys an update of the Premna bush tree, which is the cây lá Cách. So this is the original tree that I have here. This tree here, the reason why I have all these funny things is because the post, it's because during the winter time I have to cover it up with plastic in order to reduce the cold. If it gets too cold, it dies. This is a very subtropical to it prefers subtropical to tropical climate. I mean, tropical to subtropical climate. Warm temperate, like here in Perth, it's really pushing the boundary a little bit. So when it was a small plant, we germinated from seed, this much, and it took a very long time to grow into like a bigger bush. And what I have noticed is when you are growing these type of bush tree, you need to prune it every single year, because the more you prune it, like if you look around, my mum and dad prunes a lot of it, and it grows more. Now, in the first year that we planted this tree, first 2 years actually, it wasn't doing so well, and ever since we start to eat a lot more of the leaves, because this particular plant is very medicinal. It's a very common bush plant in Vietnam. People eat this with the Vietnamese sizzling pancake. They cook it in a soup. They cook it in stir fry. I'm not the herbal medicine type of person like Anne. She knows a lot more than me. She's the one had studied herbal medicine. So any question related to herbal medicine, I direct it to her. But unfortunately with her, she's very busy, and then she doesn't go back and answer the question. So even though sometimes I read the comment, I can't answer it because I don't know the answers. But this particular plant in the south of Vietnam, lots of people grow them. The earliest memories I have of this is eating, I think it was either eating frogs, I know, very strange, like frog stir fry or frog soup with this plant. That's my earliest memory when I went back to Vietnam in 2006 or 7, around about there. So going back to growing this, it loves the water up here. I think most of the plant loves the water because it doesn't like the chemical that's added in the tap water. So if you were growing this and you have rainwater, it would do really well. And in the initial stage, like before it can get up to this big, you have to look after it really well. Even, at this age, it's like 50-50 is going to die. So especially in warm temperate climate. So as you can see here, this is the original plant. When I say original, I mean we had the original and then we split it into two. And then this is one of the graft. And from there, I think the other graft died. So when I came back from Brisbane, that was the end of 2019, my mom had 4 of these grafts from the original tree, which is this one, and it was about this size. And for some reason last year all of hers died because of insect infestation. And because I took one away, my one ended up surviving. So now I'm grafting a lot more. So the one that she has here, these are the only one that we have left, like from the original graft, and the one that I have, which is around about 3. So we only have 3 of these left, and I'm trying to be very careful to look after it so then it wouldn't die out, because I do know in WA people do sell this. You just have to go to the canning market to buy them. It's not cheap, but yeah. So people have asked me this, and unfortunately I did say it doesn't belong to me, it belonged to Anne. She put a lot of effort into germinating the seed, therefore she doesn't want to give it away to anyone. There's certain things we will give away, but there's some rare plants that we won't. So I mean, it is what it is. Yeah. And when I have a lot, we will reconsider next time. All right. So this particular tree, wintertime, you need to cover it up. Summertime, definitely, if you're up here, grow it in the shade. Like out in, if you're out in intense heat like I am up here, this is about an hour and a half away from the city. You really need to look after it. And because I'm not here all the time, so it doesn't require a lot of like close monitoring, but it does require a particular environment. So you need to anticipate if the weather is getting a little bit too drastic, do something about it. In terms of fertilizers, we just generally use liquid seaweed because it's easy. Just pour it into the rain tank and then it will do the rest. Yeah, it looks rather lovely on camera, and in all honesty I really love eating this. I prefer eating this than bok choy. Some people don't like this flavor because even my dad, he said that it's bitter and he won't eat it. My brother-in-law, the same thing. But for the rest of our family members, we're really happy to eat it. It's very cleansing also. And look, it's coming into flower. There we go. Now, so for people who live, I think most of my audience are from the United States, so I don't really pay much attention to it, but I noticed that they're from America. So in America, you just need to get involved into like the Vietnamese community, and you will find a Vietnamese person out there that will sell this, either from a nursery or from Facebook Market. Definitely worthwhile to check because, yeah, someone will have one of these that you can buy. Now, if you're in Australia, so the places that you won't get it, it's likely to be Tasmania, because it's so bloody cold in the wintertime, and Wales, maybe South Australia. So I've joined a few groups on Facebook, the Vietnamese community. For sure, you can buy them in Brisbane because I bought two whilst I was living there. And Sydney, definitely, because somebody posted a while back that you can buy these plants. And also Melbourne. There's somebody in Melbourne selling this as well. So if you're interested and you are a viewer in Australia, certainly join either the Vietnamese community or Facebook market, and you will find people selling this type of plant. I'm going to put the name down, and then you can do a search if you're interested. But otherwise, well, if you're somebody who've never eaten like bitter melons before, I would say it's along the rank of bitter melon. So if you're trialing it for the first time, you might not like it. I don't know. I mean, if you're somebody who's adventurous and you want to grow something new, this might be a plant to consider because it has a lot of medicinal benefit, like most plant out there. So yeah, this has been here for a couple of years now, and at this point in time, it's starting to bloom. The seed are not easy to germinate. It takes months. So if you have the patience, do that. If you don't, then get a grafted tree, because that's the quickest that you can get access to growing a big bush. So this just grow in the bush. It won't grow like 3 or 4 meters. So it's not as bad. Like, it's not hard to maintain. And also, the more you prune it, the more lush and more leaves, foliage that you can have to eat. It's not invasive because, like I said, the seed germination rate is pretty low. It's almost as bad as the white sage. That's what I would say. All right. That's it from me. I wave before I say goodbye from WA. Hopefully, I'm starting to get really annoyed with what's happening in the world. The border will be open soon. I say that, but maybe it might not be. And then we'll see an exit plan. All right. Bye, everyone. Take care.